All right, that's not good. All right, shalom, everybody. Let's give it a little bit of time, let everybody get in class. All right, give everybody a little chance to get into class right now. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hey, David, turn that down back there a little bit. You heard me? Turn it down a little bit. It's the side buttons. Thank you. Shout out to the young boys that know how to work that that YouTube better than me. All right. All right, I'm about to go live. Bobbity, bobbity. As soon as this, let's get it. All right. All right, everybody. Shalom. Yahweh Shemi Yashabakatah. Bakathum. All right. It's priest and officer in the car. I said Brakatah. It's supposed to be Brakathum. All right. Yahweh Shemala Thumba Shemi Yahweh to all the sisters. All right. This is ISBK started out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York. We've been teaching the truth since 1969. We are undercommanded Jenny Hanna. We're here to teach the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American the truth of the Bible. My name is Nicaro, officer of 1000 station here in Philadelphia. All right, it's a biblical law class where we're going to the laws of the Bible. We're going to break it down to a simplest form. All right, we are scholars here. We are trained professionals. You understand? We highly do not advise you to do this at home if you're not under Commander Jenny Hanna. All right. So tonight, man, we got a lot to talk about. It's a lot going on, man. The house is divided. All right. Can I get Mark chapter 3 and verse 25, Bubba Kashaw? We got to jump right into it. Right now, it is high times to not be asleep. It's high times to wake your ass up. You understand? The whole Black, Hispanic, Native American community, you better wake up and start seeing what's really going on in this world. Right now, we are being ruled over evil individuals, very evil individuals. And one thing our king, hey, hold it down, y'all. Hold it down back there, Zakar. You know, one thing our king taught us, man, to be very mindful of everything. Don't be so careful of everything, but be mindful of everything. Because what can happen is something can go down and you don't even know what's going on. Right? You should have already been prepared for snap to get played with. You should already been prepared. You should already be prepared for the worst. Because that's what the Most High teach you. That's what Christ teach you. Prepare for the worst. And a lot of people got a glimpse. They got a glimpse of the comfortability America gives and the illusion that America gives. Because the name of the game is to keep you coming back for more. Oh, you want assistance? Well, if you want assistance, now I'm your daddy. You don't need that man in the house. Get that man out of the house. You don't need him. You want housing? You want food? Get that man out of the house. I'll help you take care of them babies. Make his life a living hell, and make your kids' life a living hell too. Right? Oh, you want the money, brother? No sweat. Oh, you want the women and all that? Don't you want all of that? Come sell my drugs. The white man is the most evilest ruler on the face of the earth. The evilest. And right now we are seeing the fall of Babylon. We are seeing the fall of the white nations. We're seeing it right now. If you could, sir, can you read?
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself.
Listen, man. If a house be divided within itself, right? That's like you in your home. You got your wife. You know, y'all always battling one another, right? Eventually, your house is going to fall. Somebody is going to become weaker, and they're going to say F the family and make a move that would end that family, end that bond, right? Read from the top again.
God. If a house be divided against itself,
Mm-hmm.
that house cannot stand.
The house cannot stand. America is divided. You got one side is that's wanting one thing, and then the other side is wanting another. And the rulership of Donald Trump, he is causing great division in America. He goes so far. Today he told Americans that they are too dumb to work in a warehouse. I want to give y'all a news flash. There's Americans working in the warehouse right now. He believed that only people that's unemployed is going to work at a warehouse. He said this. He said every white man, every black man, every Hispanic is very stupid and they cannot work in warehouses, especially working with putting together batteries. Do you understand that putting together batteries deals with people you got to be smart to do that, because you're working with certain materials that can potentially unalive you. These things can kill you working on batteries, right? Because you're dealing with energy, you're dealing with power, right? And direct current, you do not want that type of charge. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to get in contact with acid. So that's why there's so many, you got OSHA, you got so many companies that is set in place to make sure when we are dealing with high potential materials, you understand, and equipment, that there's safety guidelines, and there's people that's particularly on the site, that's in that warehouse to enforce safety, because that's what America produced, right? So now you got Donald Trump saying, well, Americans is too stupid. I'm going to let in 500,000 Asians, Chinese people in to be particular, to run these to run the warehouses, right? Because he wants to kiss the ass of China. He wants to, he wants to try to get the cheaper labor. You understand what I'm saying? He's not in the business of saving America. So you got so many black people in America, so many Hispanic people that voted for him, and he called you stupid. He called you dumb. He said, "Oh yeah, and I want to get 500,000 more people, Asians in our colleges." So let me give y'all some understanding on that, right? You do know that most cyber attacks is from the Chinese. All Chinese companies try to do is try to invade into America's databases, right? They had China and America is at war when it comes to technology. I don't know if people understand that. You understand? That's why America right now is building more data centers. How can you have data centers being ran by Americans, but then you want to say that Americans is not smart enough? When it comes down to building, to engineering and building up skyscrapers and commercial building and industrial building, building bridges, you understand, running companies. How the hell Americans is too stupid? No, Donald Trump is an opportunist. And because he's an opportunist, Donald Trump would sell his own daughter if it meant that he can get some type of statue somewhere, some type of glory. That's what, and this is nothing new in time. You have times in Rome where emperors was just as dumb as him. It made Rome fall, caused civil wars to happen, right? You have a house that's so divided to the point today where a lot of Republicans are starting to jump ship. You understand? A lot of MAGA supporters, the supporters that still left is just delusional, like super delusional. A lot of Trump supporters realize that they voted for an idiot to be in office, and they starting to see how idiotic he really can get. You understand what I'm saying? This house is divided and then it's falling. It's falling. It is falling. Can I get Romans 13 and 11, sir? Brother Shaw? It's falling. You better wake up. Christ's return is near more than ever. It's so near, man. You can touch it. You can feel it in the air. Because America is going to fall by the hand of the Most High. The Most High is allowing all these things to go down. You think that this Epstein thing is not being pushed, is being pushed for no reason? The Lord went to see Donald Trump go up so high so he can go so low. He done this to Pharaoh. Pharaoh seemed like he had all the power. Donald Trump feel like he has all the power. Eventually, Donald Trump is going to lose all his credibility. He's going to lose all his power, all his little cronies that is going at the Hispanic people right now and going at the black people right now. Let me tell you something. Eventually, they're going to go to jail too. Eventually, a lot of them is going to commit suicide. Eventually, a lot of them is going to start turning on one another. Eventually, a lot of them is going to have horrible endings. I pray you understand, man. And it's all going to be the hand of the Lord. What you think? You just can do whatever you want to God's people and nothing is going to happen to you? You really believe that? If I could, sir, can you read?
God, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
You got to wake up, man. You got to wake up. Get off of damn Instagram. Get off of the damn cell phones. Get out of your damn mind, man. Get in this Bible. Get in this truth. Understand what God is telling you in that Bible. Because one thing you're going to realize as time go on, that we don't have much time. Eventually, you're going to have to learn how to live off the grid. Eventually, you're going to have to learn that Birkin bag, that car that you got in your driveway don't mean anything no more. All that money, all that riches, all the fame that you got, none of that is going to matter any longer. Because the world is going to be destroyed. This worldly gains that you have is going to mean anything. You understand? One thing that I'll always set in my mind, man, I try to, go do something with my life in this world. You understand? And every time I'm just in my thoughts. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to do all this. What if Christ just comes back tomorrow? I didn't put all this damn work in trying to get this position. You know what I mean? Get some damn money in my pocket, and then Christ just say, all right, it's all over. You understand? Now, of course, I'm going to be heavily grateful. I'm like, man, only if I knew you was going to come this Tuesday, because I would have not had worked that double. You understand? I would have worked that double. Shoot, I probably would have went to sleep. I was really tired that day. Like, man, what the world gives you is nothing compared with the Most High give you, man. The Most High give you peace. You want to say something?
If I could, what you're saying is so heavy, you know what I mean? Because thinking that, that's why the Lord said this ain't our rest, man. Like, being comfortable is a pre like warmer to like being, weak. You know what I'm saying? Like not knowing that the oppressor, is the devil. It's the same thing. Like not knowing right. When the Lord won't return.
Right.
Like you said, like people think going to work or just living their best life. They don't have, or they don't even think that it's possible for their world to change in a matter of seconds. So that whole snap thing happened. Everybody went, it was pandemonium. Like right. Everybody started, skits and scrambling and trying to figure out what they're gonna do, realize, okay, there ain't nothing wrong with Snap at all, but realizing, damn, okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna feed my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It put brothers and sisters in like a need, you know what I'm saying? And it was able to help like lift them up, like, okay, listen, when it's time for family to be together, that's what it's about. Same thing with like around that COVID time. It's just when serious situations happen, that's when people, us as Black Latinos and Native Americans, like we know what's important when we don't have nothing. When it's time for things to go down, the only thing we can depend on is the Most High and brotherhood and sisterhood. That's what's gonna help us. Like,
listen, what you saying is true. Like let's get out of hand. Like when you spoke about that Snap, right? I'm gonna tell you one thing about Snap. Like that Snap, man, it showed a lot of women that they should have that man in their house. You understand what I'm saying? Like it showed like, damn, I need to keep that man in the house because it'd be easier if I had another income in this house because they probably running them up on child support. But damn, maybe it probably would have been better just to have that man in the house so that y'all can be able to, maintain everything together. You get what I'm saying? But see, Snap, that whole thing with Snap, man, the Lord, man, what he wanted everybody to understand with that whole Snap scare is this, man. You cannot be solely dependent on the white man. You cannot be solely dependent on the white man. If I could, sir, can I get Lamentations 4:17? I'm gonna show y'all something in this Bible where it talks about trying to solely depend on these other nations, especially these white people. Just because you get snapped, no problem. You gotta know how to work that system for yourself. Best believe the Jewish man doing it, and they got money. The white man doing it. They both white, but the white man, a non-Jewish white man, he gonna run that system. Everybody gonna run the system. They just try to put us on the face of it. But here's the thing: you run Snap, you can run it up, no problem. If you can get it, you can get it. Someone said Jesus is Lord. Jesus Christ is most definitely a Lord, but he is not the Most High. The Most High is the Most High. Jesus Christ is also understood as Yahushua Mashiach in the Hebrew. Christ, you understand, is most definitely the Son of the Most High, and he's the King of all Israel till this day. If you Black, Hispanic, Native American, Christ is your King. But Christ is not the Most High. Let's get that up out of here. Christ is a brother just like me and you. He said, my brethren. Why would the Most High ever call us brethren? You understand? The Most High will call us his children. You understand? His nation. Or other times, he referred to us as a wife. But not Jesus Christ being the Most High. That is far from the truth. All right. I think you was holding something for me.
Yeah, I got Lamentations
4:17. All right, let's get it. We can read it.
It's a book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
As for us, our eyes as yet fell for our vain help.
Our eyes, man, has fell for vain help. You got people, man, we've been voting since we was able to vote. And every time we voted, man, we get smacked in the face. We wait for a government that really don't give a damn about us. They use us for votes. But when they go in office, they sole mission is to make sure that they and their people can prosper. The gay community get way more bills passed and way more funding than Black people ever do. Look at when Joe Biden was in office. What happened? Joe Biden made sure he passed the anti-hate bill for Asians and gay people, then give one to black people. Want me to tell you why? Because black people is not desired. We're not desired. Our work is desired, but us as a people, we not desired. We not desired at all. Look at the world today. They try to put us as a poster child for SNAP benefits when we are ranked second to white people. And well, per capita, my ass. White people are mainly on SNAP. That's what the numbers say. That's what it is. We don't give a damn. Oh, per capita. Again, per capita, my ass. White people love benefits from the white man. You understand? They love getting that benefits. They love it. Just like black people and anybody else that can get it. You understand what I'm saying? But let me give you a little game, though. Since we want to talk about government, it was the same government that been hunting our steps. Read it. Can you read the next verse? I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Because they want to hide this information from us. They don't want us being revolutionists. They don't want us going against the grain. Donald Trump right now is working to take away all of our history, all of our hard work, all the blood, sweat, and tears. We just celebrated Veterans Day yesterday, right? Right? You know that Donald Trump removed, he removed what is they called? The Red Tails, the Tuskegee Airmen out of the Navy's training videos because he felt as though it was DEI. Donald Trump is a fucking coward. He's a coward. He's the one that dodged the draft because he's a effing coward. And he got the nerve to try to erase black men that had to face racism on the battlefield and back at home. The Tuskegee Airmen is marveled in the military because of how they fought. They fought like hell, man. They make movies about them. They idolize black fighters. Let's talk about what's that? The Harlem Hellfighters. They said it was like 24 times 2 on the battlefield over there in Germany. It was only 2 black men, and they took out 4 of their soldiers, and those soldiers sent all of those white men home packing. Go look it up. The Harlem Hellfighters went through hell when they was on the battlefield and went to hell back at home. He wanted to take away their history. You want to know how America got their independence? It was solely because of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in their ranks fighting. And we was at the bottom. We would just go to the front line, and we went to the front line, and we was the one that was the last on that battlefield. And them white men, we say they white, them racist white men looked at us and said, God damn, I need to stop being so damn hateful. And they would plead for us to be free. They would plead for us to get land, to be recognized as war heroes, and all those Donald Trump type of individuals back at home, you understand, that never taste a lick of war, told those black men that they don't deserve any recognition for what they do, and the people. So you think that all of this is for nothing? You think that we ain't supposed to be hip to game? No, you better understand your history, man. You better understand this Bible, because so many of us in America is lost. We worrying about some goddamn Blueface, and we worrying about all that. We understand everything that goes on with these nut behind celebrities, these drug addicts, these hoes. You know all the trending topics. You understand all of that. But do your kids understand that Jesus Christ is a black man? Do they know that God is black and resembles them? Do they know that the angels is black? Do they know when they read that Bible that it is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Do you know that Hispanics was the main ones that helped us when we was trying to break free from the white man? Do you know that the Native Americans, when we was on their land, you know that some black people say, oh, I'm Native American. I can trace back my records. You do know that we had to be considered slaves under Native Americans to live on their land. The Native Americans housed us, didn't treat us as slaves, said, listen, when that white man come, I got to make it look like you are working here. But while they not here, you free to do what you want, but you can't marry my daughters, you can't marry my sons. You understand? Because then they're gonna run down on both of us. They looked out for us. Don't you ever disrespect a Native American. When it comes to Hispanics, where you think we ran when we went down south, when we was in the south? We was running to Mexico. We was running into Seminoles and Native Americans in Mexican lands. This is what you find when you go through history. So when we went into Mexico, they didn't enslave us because Mexico didn't allow slavery. And when the white man would come, he'd be like, yo, you got to release some slaves. Yo, listen, I don't know what you're talking about. And we damn sure don't get with slavery down here. And they went to war protecting us. Who you think was leading raids on them plantations? It was blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I forgot what's that one gang, the Larry gang, the Lowry gang. It was one gang. It was nothing but blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, and they would run down on white establishments and on plantations, and they would free all the black people off on plantations. Don't you ever disrespect Hispanics. Let me tell you what Hispanics, black, and Native Americans deal with. We deal with white supremacy, man. That's what we deal with. If you could, sir, can you read the next verse on verse 18? We'll show y'all something, man.
Chapter 4, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
They hunt our steps.
They what?
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. People say that we are caught, that we crazy because we tell our people not to join yourself with white people. They hunt our steps. Look at what white people are showing you right now as we speak. Who gives a damn about a good white person? If they a good white person, let them continue being good. You worry about what we need to do. And what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to do is come back to the Most High and keep the commandments of God and show other brothers and sisters how to keep it. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, Vince, let me tell you something, brother. Right now, I'm teaching the solution to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, how to get your head on right. No abolitionist is going to teach you this. No pastor is going to teach you this. No imam going to teach you this. I'm giving you the keys to the solution to our problems here in Philadelphia and any other community that we dwell in. If you don't got the solutions, what should you do? That's my question to you, Vince. If you don't have the solutions and if you can't show me proof of your fruit, brother, you already know what to do. The scriptures say that they hunt our steps. We can't trust these people. They hunt our steps. Look what ICE is doing. I saw a video of an ICE agent riding past a Hispanic vehicle and pepper sprayed the family. Now, some might say it might have not been ICE agents, but we all know that that's white people actions right there. They hunt our steps. It was a baby in that car. They don't give a damn. Think these people give a damn? They don't give a damn. If I could, sir, can we get the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48? I'm going to show you who your enemy is. Matter of fact, we can start at verse 32 if we could. I'm going to show you who your enemy is. I'm not your enemy. The ISUBK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're not your enemies. We're your brothers. We're your brothers. We're going to tell you what you need to know. Either you're going to like it or not. Now, I mean, brothers I told not to sleep with that woman and they did. And now they sitting there going through hell in child support court. You understand? Having a fight to see their kids, getting their checks garnished. Or better yet, then court something by the broad. Got sent to jail. Brother, I told you not to deal with that, bro. I told you to get your ass in class, brother. You should have listened. Maybe if you would have been in class and listened to it, brother, maybe you wouldn't be going through that. It said, I have the solution, sin is the problem. Jesus is the answer. All right, so if you believe that, you should be in class, brother. You should be in class. You understand what I'm saying? There's only one truth, one baptism. You understand? And on the face of the earth today, the Lord's name is on the ISUBK. You understand what I'm saying, brother? Like the Lord said to come together, O nation not desired. That's in Zephaniah 2:1. We got to come together. All this trying to be separate and you do your thing, I do my thing. No, nigga, we supposed to all be together. Forget all this being cool. I do my thing. I worry about me and my family. You know, I know no knowledge and all of that. The solution is putting your damn boots on, brother. Putting your boots on, hitting the streets with your brothers that is like-minded, one body, one spirit, and pushing this truth. All this sitting back, kicking back, being cool, all that shit is dead. So lock in for my language. We got too much going on in our communities. I'm talking to the brothers. Nigga, get your ass in these boots, man. You should have on boots every day. You understand? I got a closet full of clothes. I'd rather put on boots. I'd rather put on some all black. I'd rather be ready for war every day. Because we got things going on in our community, man, that needs solving, man. I'm looking at the Muslim community in Philadelphia. Horrible. The Christian community in Philadelphia. Horrible. The ISUBK kids don't go to jail. The ISUBK kids don't go to jail. Hey, brother, he said get in prayer. Brother, you should get in boots. You should be praying in boots. You should be with your brother in boots. You should be doing the work of the Lord. The work of the Lord is, the kingdom of heaven don't come by observation, brother. It doesn't. The work of the Lord means that you put in action. You hold down these ranks. Too many brothers is so domesticated, man. Brothers is domesticated. Brothers is domesticated. You should not be a brother and you talking about, oh man, snap. I'm stressing. You understand? You should be a brother every week. You should be putting in the work of the Lord, man. You should be checking in. You should be militant. How the hell at one point in time, black men was militant. Now niggas is wearing nail polish. You understand? Niggas wearing skin tight jeans. Niggas is telling women, what the hell is niggas doing nowadays? A woman should be submissive. Nigga, the ISUBK don't gotta tell a woman to be submissive. We don't have those problems. Because we put a woman in check, man. We understand how to have a woman, how to pick a woman. We don't gotta do things that brothers do out here, man. Because we soldiers, man. We soldiers. When I seen the Muslim community in Philly, when it came to the Ramadan and the end of Ramadan called Eid, they needed police to civilize them. The ISUBK can civilize ourselves. We militant. We don't need no white man to civilize us. They couldn't even manage their children. The Christian church, you can't even put a woman in check. Women come into your school wearing the same outfit that they wore at the club last night. You got women on a menstrual in the damn church. Well, you know that they unclean. In the Christian church, you can sin, and it's okay. This brother telling me to get in prayer. When people are supposed to be keeping the commandments of God, he talking about, yeah, we in sin. Okay, well, how are we going to keep the commandments? So I guess everybody should do what you do. You understand? No, don't have a head, right? Don't have no head. Nobody that they report to. So I guess that they going to forever beat every sin by themselves. Where is the unity at? This is the reason why the ISUBK is in leadership till this day. We've been doing this since 1969. You cannot think that you're going to change people by just telling them, oh, get in prayer and, oh, lip service. F lip service. Nigga, put on your boots. You understand? Get trained up. Learn how to lead women. Learn how to lead a woman. Learn how to raise up a family. Learn how to help raise up other people's families. Learn how to run programs through the work of the Lord. You understand? Learn how to teach. Right now, we got Black history being taken away. Kids go to school. What the hell is they learning in school? They learning, first off, American education system sucks, especially if you're not in a certain area that the teachers is actually getting paid enough. You understand? The curriculum here sucks. But then they taking away the history. Let's talk about the history. Let's talk about what's really going on. Let's talk about the solutions. You understand what I'm saying? The Christian church, you ain't going to find that. You ain't going to find that in the thought process of the Christian church, nor the Muslim mosque, or no other school of thought. You ain't going to find it there. Are y'all against prayer? Who would be against prayer, brother? Who would be against prayer? We all for prayer, but you can't pray and then just sit on the sideline and not do nothing. Like, for the love of me, I never understand a brother. You understand that was in this school, and this don't got nothing to do with you, brother. But if you a brother and you in this school and you see what's going on, especially the times, you better never drop your damn sword, man. You better hold your sword tight, man, and keep fighting. You better not let Satan stop you. Because our job here is getting tougher and tougher and more realer. The end is near. You understand what I'm saying? You got to pray. You got to fast. You got to get counseling. You better get it. You better not leave this truth for no goddamn reason. Because if you do, and you can sit back and know all the knowledge that been given to us by the Most High, being in this school, and then you can sit there and see what's going on in the world, and see what's happening to our people and what our people are going through, and you not doing nothing, you's a sucker. Right. You's a cold sucker, and I'll never respect you. You understand? You worse than a white man to me. Because goddamn, nigga, you got the keys to the kingdom of heaven. And then you just said, I'm going to not give out. You understand the knowledge of God. I'd rather worry about my happiness. That's what females do. Women that self-destructive when it comes to a home, women, they don't, and I'm not saying all women, but most women that's in a relationship, they might not know how to manage a relationship. You understand? They monsters. You know what I mean? They are strapped up for self-destruction of that family. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be the person that knows how to keep a family together. You want to be the one that have the keys for success, not for destruction. You don't want to be that person. And if you got the keys and then you don't tell nobody, you understand, about what's going on, you don't lead them to the doors of the Isupk, what you doing? What you doing? The Christian church don't work. The Christian church been praying for how long? What has the Christian church do? The Muslim mosque been praying for how long? What does the Muslim mosque do? When I look at people that in Christian church and the Muslim mosque, or they come from that, they go to jail, they die, they drug addicts, you understand, get molested, been molested, predators, you understand, the whole nine. But when I see people that pick up this Bible and they stay true to it, you understand, I can only speak for the Isupk. Listen, man. I don't see what I see in these churches and these mosques in here. The solution is here. You understand? You can't be a sinner in here. You understand? You can't hate your brother. You can't hate your sister in here. You can't be a lover of Donald Trump and say that you love God in here. All right? Islam is the fastest growing religion in the age of information. Why? Because a lot of people are not very smart. Hussein. Muhammad was a PDF file. How old was Aisha when he married her? I'll wait. If you don't know it, she was 6 years old. And he consummated the marriage when she was 9. Don't run and say that is false. It is true. It's confirmed from the people that originated the religion. Islam have nothing to do with the Bible. The Lord never dealt with any other nation. It's all throughout the Bible. You show me one scripture where the Most High said that you can marry a child. You show me one scripture where it says that he was ever with Ishmael, other than giving him the promise that was originally for him. I'll wait. 14. How old was Mary when she married Joseph? She was of age. When you read the Bible, it says that she was a virgin, meaning that she was of legal age. When it says that a woman came onto a flower, you understand, and then she's supposed to blossom into a whole flower. That's in the Bible. We never got down with child predatory. But when you open up the Quran, you can see it. And also, and you said that Islam is the fastest growing religion. Here's the thing. Islam is not working for Philly. I have yet seen Islam work for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, ever. The same way Christianity doesn't work. You understand what I'm saying? I can keep going on. I don't think you want to do this, brother. You keep, where is it? Where in the Quran? Where in the Quran what? Where in the Quran? Where in the Quran where it says that you can hit a woman? You can strike a woman? Huh? Where it says that Israel is the chosen people? Where you want to go at in the Quran? Don't maybe pull up them receipts, man. Aisha, hold on. They say 14. Hold on. So hold up. You saying that she was 14? So hold up. You said that Aisha is being with a child okay. You should ask your imam is being okay, being with a child is okay. Muhammad is on record beating Aisha because she got out the bed and was following him. She was still a child. It said in the hadith that she was 6 years old when he married her, and she was 9 when he eventually had sex with her. What are we talking about? If you're Muslim, you're condoning child predators. That's what you're doing. That's why they say if you want to hide something from a nigga, you put it in a book. If you're Muslim, you condone child predators. Hadiths, hold on. First off, now he trying to act like hadiths ain't valid. Hadiths is definitely valid. The hadith is definitely valid. What are you talking about? He's saying hadith, not the Quran. The hadith was it was the narrations. It was the records of what people were seeing and going throughout the time that the Quran was being put together and through people's lifetimes. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Aisha out of her own mouth explained that she got beat on by Muhammad. A lot of the hadiths are not valid. Come on now. Now it's not valid. I thought the Quran was perfect. The same people that put that Quran together, they put those hadiths together. Come on now. How old did it say Aisha was? I'll wait. Why would somebody lie about that? Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's talk about it. People lie every day. Why would listen? In Islam, you can marry a minor. It said that she was 6 years old and she was 9. Brother Hussein, what you need to understand is this. Islamic scholars said that it was true. Islamic scholars. We ain't talking about your imam You understand that then went to jail 52 times. You understand, for all types of crimes, and then he became an imam out of prison. No, I'm talking about the true scholars. We didn't had I didn't personally had conversations with imams in Philly, and one thing that they can never do is talk about history because they don't understand history. I asked them, well, how is how is the original scrolls tainted? How were they tainted? You said the Bible was tainted. How? Tell me how. They could never explain it. I said, well, where the 12 tribes is at? What about Black history? That our voyage coming from where we came from. They don't want to deal with that because in Islam, it deals with nothing but lies. Matter of fact, damn, I wish that we can actually pull that book up. Is that book over there?
I've got it shared on the screen.
I can't see it on the screen. You want to pull the verse though? Let's pull the verse for the brother. Hey, brother, we're gonna pull the verse for you right here. We got it right here. You can read it, sir.
So it says, this is what book is this? It says 67 wedlock marriage, nikah, 40 chapter. It says the marrying of a daughter by her father to a ruler. And then it reads, the prophet, I guess this is Muhammad, married her when she was 6 years old.
Hold on. Did it say 66, 26? What did it say?
6 years old.
That little girl was still playing with Barbie dolls. She was still pissing the bed. Muhammad said, I like you. Sound like Donald Trump. I think a lot of you Muslims, y'all might like Donald Trump too. In that Muslim mosque. So it said that she was 6 years old. Keep going.
And he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old.
9 years old. You will not find a man in the Bible having sex with minors. Right. We don't get down like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because that is evil as hell. You know, and this is why, like, when I look at, and I'm glad you hear her saying Philly. I'm gonna tell you why the Muslim community is destroyed. You say it's the fastest growing, but I can tell you it is the most destructive thing that can ever come to Philly or any other Black, Hispanic, Native American community. When I read the Bible, it says to treat everybody like a brother, right? How come in Muslims in Philly or anywhere, you see Muslims saying, well, I can't treat you a certain way because you're a Muslim. You show me that in the Bible where it says that a brother get treated poorly and another man, because he's a Muslim, get treated with more respect. You show me in the Bible the KJV, who is a Black man, because I know that y'all don't understand history. Muslims don't understand history. When you look at the KJV Bible, who was a Black man who was against the Catholic Church, you understand? And the Catholic Church had it out for him. And that's why you see all the rumors about King James. And of course, you know, the Renaissance ever happened after that. You do know Black people actually ruled in Europe. I don't know if you know that, because Muslims don't understand the Bible. They don't understand anything. The only thing they know is a little bit of that Quran, you understand, and how to sell drugs and commit crimes. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
If I could, and what you're saying, again, it's so heavy. And I know Officer Carr yourself.
Hold on, he said the Moors. What does the Moors have to do with anything? You do know Moors, the word Moor just means black. And the Moors didn't rule everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't rule all throughout Europe. Did they have certain rulership in Europe? Yes. But Black Jews ruled in Europe. King James was one of them. Keep going, sir. My fault.
No, you're too wild. And again, what you're saying is so heavy about the Muslim, communication being a failed experiment on Black people. Like those East Indians over there in the Sudan and you know, the Iranians and all that, and the Iraqi Palestinians and all that. Those Muslims over there, they blow themselves up about some Allah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these black people over here in Philly, they not dying over no Allah. You know what I mean? Like they dying over. I can tell you what they dying over. They dying over, you know, drugs. You know, we dying over beefs and turf wars. And, you understand? Like the same people who practice a religion that's supposed to be a solution. You know, most of these brothers say, you know, hey, salam alaikum. And these be the brothers who you hear about shooting at each other.
If I could,
please
look. Clearly, the boy that do the podcast or Speak Your Mind, they were, and many other Muslim men in Philly said that because T.K. Kirkland made a statement about Philly Muslims, right? That if he was on their show, they was there, they would have used violence against him. Let me tell you something. Nowhere in the Bible where men was debating or someone had something different to say or different thought about us and we was emotional. Christ was challenged by everybody. You know what Christ did? He cut them in knowledge and in truth. Muslims in Philly, they so emotional because who's teaching them? Islam is trash. It's trash. It doesn't produce any good fruit. I see your E's. They getting shot up. Y'all can't even police your own events. I seen a grown man holding the phone. The grown man holding the phone like this, recording young people fighting and hating one another. The police, I seen the one girl on top of the car trying to break the windshield. She in the Kmart. She got a whole whatever y'all call it, throw. I don't know what y'all want to call it. She had the dress on, the Muslim dress on, fully covered, and she was up there trying to break the window. And all the other kids was recording it. They was finding it funny, right? Shootings. Why is it shootings at y'all events? Why y'all not the ones policing y'all events? Y'all need Islam. Oh, it's the fastest growing religion. But y'all need the police to police y'all events. Y'all don't have enough leadership to say, hey, you know, the other event got shot up. We got to make sure. I would have had some kind of respect. Like, damn, they did what they're supposed to do. Y'all didn't even want to secure your own premises. Grown men, that's Muslim, sat beside and watched white men, you understand, and with guns, police officers, watch them had to civilize their kids, had to watch and civilize y'all. I was doing Uber that day, Officer Barzal. The girls was in the car. They was late for the prayers. I guess y'all supposed to do prayers. They cared more about their parents than the day itself. Let me tell you something. In the Isupk, women care more about the Lord than they own their parents. He said there are shootings everywhere in Philly, and it's primarily Muslims and Christians. When you look at who's shooting and who's being shot, you will never see Israelites, especially here in Isupk. And we're worldwide. We don't commit crimes. We got records of everybody because we have order. We have structure. The same way Moses said. The Lord said he loved things in order and decency. We get the reports. Brothers not getting locked up in our school. They not getting locked up in our school. Right? You don't see us having to say, yeah, free my man Johnny, free my man Barzal, free my man the car. Free him until it's backwards. We don't have to say that. You don't see us getting high, selling drugs. You understand? We're not the plug. But I do know a lot of Muslims that's the plug. I know that back in the day, if I needed some guns, I needed some work, I know who to go to. And guess what? They was Muslim. Hey, I need some stretch, man. What's up? I need some work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Give it to me, you know what I mean? On the eye. You know what I mean? You know I'm good for it. I know I can go to them. You get what I'm saying? You know how many Muslim women I didn't crack in my past life? I don't do it no more. But Muslim women is the easiest. All you need is a blunt and some Chinese store food. Well, not I guess that was back in my time, Barzal. It was Chinese store platter and a blunt. I don't know what it is now. Maybe it's a Chick-fil-A or a Smash Burger or something. And the Muslim women love pills. All you need is some good pills, some good weed. You know what I mean? Get them a crab boil because eating crab, pork, and lobster is lawful in Islam apparently. You get them, man. You get them a crab boil bag, ecstasy pill. Them bombs and some weed and some what's that? Casamigos? No, they ain't on the Casamigos no more. They on the Don Julio, right? Yeah, the cut water and some Don Julio. Boy, they need all of that to satisfy their lust, and they're going to give you that vagina, and that vagina is trash. Muslim vagina is trash. Everybody done had it. But I can tell you who got some good vagina. Ooh, a woman in the ISUBK, man, that's something different that you never had before, man. You don't understand how it feels to have to wait to get a sister in the ISUBK. You can't just have sex with a woman up in here, brother. And she keeps it closed to the world in Islam, brother. You can have sex with anybody in Islam. Any woman, she got a towel on her. Half of the one time, you don't even know that sister is a Muslim. Every year, don't you know? Hey, brother. You know how many times the whole narrative is out there. Damn, I didn't even know half of y'all was Muslim. Because y'all, they in the club stripping. Allah knows their heart. Hey, brother, they say that, right? Am I lying? Hey, Barzal, how many, let's be honest. We being honest tonight. How many Muslim women you done cracked in your lifetime? A lot. He got the look on his face like, damn, I don't want to say it because I'm in the house of the Lord. Listen, confession is good for the soul. I had sex with a lot of Muslim women before I changed my life.
So I figure out they was real Muslims or not.
They was Muslims. They was Muslims. It was Muslims.
Keyboards come off.
Listen, them keyboards come off, man. Hey, brother. He said lies. Listen, you're arguing like a child right now. Brother, no women used to have their children upstairs while we used to be downstairs in a living room tying fire to their tail. Y'all don't got your Muslim women in check. I told you we got our women in check. Guess what a Muslim woman can get up in here in ISUBK? They can't get no ride. You understand? She has to be changed. She has to go through the fire to get some of us. A Muslim man, anything can have sex with y'all. Man, woman, child, because y'all believe in Muhammad. You can have a Muslim man can lay down with anything. It's available. All she got a hoe can just call you and say, I'm trying to come over, and you gonna tie fire to her because you don't have any discipline. You is a loser. Islam is a religion of loser. Now, brother, I'm not saying you could not be a loser. You understand? You can be better than what you are in right now. Brother, I got faith for this brother. You understand? He been listening. He been understanding what I'm saying. He know I'm telling the truth. You understand? Brother, you can get out of that Quran. You understand what I'm saying? You can get out of the Quran. Sex is marriage, brother. Muslim women don't understand that. Muslim men don't understand that. And if some way, somehow, they understand that, they don't do it. Who's over Muslims in Philly? Who's the highest ranking imam, if that even anything? And whoever's the highest ranking imam in Philly, brother, he needs to lose his position. He needs to lose his position because he is a horrible leader. There's no reason why the Muslim leader of Philly did not make sure that them children was safe at y'all ease, man. There is no highest ranking imam because you, brother, do you know when you read the Bible, or better yet, let's talk about I always like to say Hebrew scrolls because that's what Muhammad learned from. He learned from the Jews. This is known throughout scholars. Scholars understand that Muhammad learned from Israelites. He learned from us of our ways. He liked the fact that we only had one God. We was the only people on the face of the earth that only had one God. We was the only people on the earth. And he loved the fact that we had order and we had structure. He saw that we prayed 3 times a day, right? Now, that's nowhere in the Bible to say that you must pray 3 times. But these particular Israelites prayed 3 times a day because that was something that they wanted to do to serve, to serve the Lord, right? He saw that we prayed towards Jerusalem. That's why Islam, in the beginning, you prayed towards facing Jerusalem. But because we didn't conform to Islam, he got mad. And now he started changing things. Oh, we're facing Mecca now. The Lord don't have nothing to do with Mecca. The Lord, let me ask you this, brother. The Christians, listen, Christianity, that's the worst people to learn from. But hey, brother, let me ask you a question. It seems like you're a smart brother. Tell me this, brother. Why in Islam you do not keep any of the high holy days that is spoken about in the Hebrew scrolls? Even who you call Isa kept the high holy days. Why are the high holy days not kept in Islam? I'll wait. And while that brother getting it, I'm gonna tell y'all a little something about this whole political thing, right? The love of politicians and your blind trust in politicians is going to be a downfall. Not just religion, but the religion part plays a big part on it. Because what religion does, it gives you a false reality of hope. You have this false reality of hope that if you just work hard, if you don't break the law of the land, if you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and, you might do a little sinning, but everything is going to be all right. That's an illusion. Because Isa was sent to the lost tribes of Israel. Okay, why is in Islam, why is the high holy days not kept in Islam? I'll wait. Now, mind you, the Most High said it in the law that these high holy days must always be kept. I'm going to ask you, why did the Most High and why in Islam you don't keep it? I will wait. You had to give me book, chapter, and verse in the Quran. Why you don't keep it? You will have to tell me. You cannot pull up the fact that the Bible been tainted. You're going to have to show me that the original Hebrew scrolls that Muhammad learned, that it says that you don't have to keep the commandment. Keep the high holy days. Because we don't believe in the totality of the Bible. This is why you don't know shit, brother. That's why you don't know what the hell you're talking about. The high holy days was a commandment for us to keep. And if you didn't keep the high holy days, Christ kept the Passover. Christ kept every high holy day. You saying he's laughing, brother. Brother, he's laughing. But the whole time he talking about they don't keep the totality of the Bible. So why the hell did you learn? Why did you referencing the Bible? It don't even make sense. If you talk about Yahweh Shah Mashiach, Jesus Christ in the Hebrew, if you talking about Jesus, you talking about Christ, you're talking about a man that kept the high holy days. The Quran is garbage. The Quran is garbage. I don't follow no pedophiles. I'm gonna just be honest with you, brother. You can do that. I see the fruit that y'all produce in Philly. This is why y'all events get shot up. This is why the young boys in Philly die every day. They go into jail every day. You show me that that's not happening, then maybe I'm wrong. You understand? I have read the Quran, and the Quran is trash. I went to school and I learned Arabic. You say he read the Bible. All right, so you tell me who the 12 tribes of Israel. Oh, wait. Tell me who the 12 tribes of Israel, brother. You couldn't explain to me why Islam, you don't keep the high holy days. Now you're telling me he read the Bible. How you read the Bible, brother? Let me show you something that you can learn in the Bible. If you could, sir, give me the book of Psalms 147 and verse 19. I'm gonna show you something that's in the Bible. You understand? I'm gonna show you what happens when you actually read the Bible. You actually understand the whole aspect of the nations and who was chosen and who was not. You can't sit out there and try to tell some people that have been keeping the commandments and keeping these records. And I'm talking about Israelites of the past and the future. You can't say that now somebody that came 500 years later, 700 years later, oh yeah, no, we're not doing that no more. What the hell are you talking about? That's like if you got a family recipe that been passed down from generation to generation, and then now because your cousin loved sleeping with white women, and now she sit up there and say, oh no, that's not the recipe. This is the recipe right here. Bro, who the hell you think you is? Read what you got.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He showeth his word unto Jacob. Hey, Hussein, what does it mean that he showed his word unto Jacob, brother? I'm going to see your knowledge and where you at. Let's see your honesty. What does it mean that he showed his, say it one more time, sir.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He showeth his word unto Jacob. Hey, brother, what does that mean? That he showeth his word unto Jacob. Let's figure this out. Let's see if you understand what's going on here, brother. I'm going to show you why Islam is garbage. And you don't learn anything in there. You don't know the Bible. You cannot sit there and go to the Quran without reading what was his predecessor, who came before it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't read the Quran and then they quote in the Bible and then you don't go read the Bible. You understand? And learn from the priest. There's so many dark sayings. And what I mean by dark sayings, meaning things that is not easily understood. That's why we always say that the Bible is spiritual. You understand? Hey, brother, I'm asking you a question, man. What does it mean when it says that he showeth his word unto Jacob? Read it one more time for me.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He said, with no context, it's hard to reply, but I would guess it means he gave him knowledge. Okay, that's right. Keep going.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Unto who?
Israel.
What does that mean, brother? His statutes and his what?
His judgments.
And his judgments. He gave his laws. You understand? Everything that goes on, laws, statutes, and commands. Unto Israel. What do that mean, brother? When it says unto Israel, what do that mean? Come on, brother. Let's talk about it. I'm trying to show you something, brother. There's some promise in you, brother. Listen, man, I used to be Muslim back in the day. Until I read the Bible and I was like, hold on, what the hell is this going on right here? And I didn't even know nothing about Aisha. I learned about Aisha in like 2018. But just from me reading the Bible and learning it in this school, I was like, damn, yo, that Islam out of pocket, man. Because the Bible that come before it, they can't even say that the Bible is false. Because they not even teaching they not going off of what the Bible really is saying. I read the Hebrew. The original scrolls, we read it in Hebrew. And everything that is in the King James Version is in the original Hebrew scrolls. You cannot tell me that, oh yeah, this is tainted, this is tainted. What was tainted? They can't tell you. But they always want to reference the Bible. All right, it means he gave it unto Israel. Let's get out of hand. Brother, look, he's spitting. He's spitting, man. He said it means he gave it unto Israel. Let's keep reading, sir.
Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
It said what?
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Oh, it said that he have not dealt so with any nation. Brother, what do that mean? Now he said that the Bible had been changed over and over. Okay. if you do the history, now is it a fact that you had the Catholic Church that had a heavy involvement? Yes. Right. And one thing that the Catholic Church, if you understand your history, the Catholic Church made it their business not to teach the correct doctrine. Now, when you read and you see the doctrine of the white man and his Christianity and the Catholic religion, it goes against what's in the Bible in the King James Version. King James Version was put together by scholars that can transcribe the ancient Greek, the ancient Hebrew. You understand? They put it all in the book. That's why when you ask a Muslim, do you know what the Apocrypha is? He don't know what the Apocrypha is. And the Apocrypha is the missing books that was taken out by the Catholic Church that was in the Bible. Because why? It goes more in depth into how the Lord sees the white man and every other nation on the earth. This is all understanding. Why don't you use the Ethiopian Bible? It's older. The Ethiopian Bible is not accurate to the ancient scrolls. It's not accurate. And here, you do know that this school was the foundation of the school was men that studied Hebrew, that actually learned from slaves that knew that they was Israelites. The people that came off the slave trade, that was in the slave trade, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans was all Jews. When you look in the archives, you will see that they called us Jews, Judites. Christopher Columbus came to America with Hebrew translators, not with Muslim translators. He came with Hebrew translators so that he can be able to properly communicate with the 12 tribes of Israel. When they came here, they met the Native Americans. They met the so-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanic people, and they let them know that they were the 12 tribes of the Northern Kingdom. He knew who was coming over because he understood the book of Esdras, that we came here first. Well, we settled here, right? Where no man dwelt, with his Ashtaroth in the Hebrew, right? Ashtaroth means a land where no man dwells. Christopher Columbus knew that we came here, right? Remember, Moors was coming over to America doing trades. It was people coming over here doing trades, but nobody was able to dwell here because we occupied the land of Israel. The Israelites, right? We owned this land. We was here. The scholars will tell you, when you understand real ancient Hebrew, not what the Jewish man tell you, you understand? Because then again, if you're going with the whole religion aspect, I guess that the Jews is the real Jews. You understand what I'm saying? I guess the Jewish man is the real Jews, when everybody in the world knows he's not the real Jews. So now this is when you're going to have to really start dealing with the knowledge, right? So when you look at the names of the slaves that was coming here, everybody knew that we was Israelites. When you look at the old slave maps, it said the land of Judah. The Africans knew who they was trading. That's why they single-handedly, they went and found us. You got to remember, we fled into Africa in 70 AD. You don't learn that in Islam. You don't learn your history in Islam. You don't learn your history in Islam. When you learn who you really are, it goes way back before slavery. In Islam, they're not teaching you your history. I agree, they are not real Jews. Okay, then, so who's the real Jews? They for sure black. You understand what I'm saying? And the commandments was always, don't follow other gods. In Islam, they tell you that you got to make Hajj. People is praying and bowing down to a rock in Mecca. That's the real God of Islam. But when we actually go into the history, you will find Hebrew names on them ledgers. You will find on those records, because the slave traders, they had to have the names so that they can have it, because they had insurance policies on us. So if we was to die, if we was to jump ship, you understand, if we was, a shipwreck, whatever can happen. Like, there's still sharks that's in the water that circles the same passage of the slave trade because it was that many bodies that dwelt there at one point in time, and they was able to feed there. That's the truth. Why make that argument? Nobody worships a rock. It is because Allah is not real. Allah is not real. It's a rock. You bowing down to a rock. That's what you bowing down to. The Most High said, "Don't make a graven image or a shape and bow down to it." That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible. That's in the original Hebrew records. I gotta say that for all the Muslims out there. Now, tonight was supposed to be about me breaking down this whole political party and speaking about how in Islam, is total. Well, it's supposed to all be about the house being burned down here in America. Now I'm speaking on Islam, which I had no problem with doing. Hey, y'all chill out back there. You understand? Allah just means God in Arabic. Arab Jews and Christians all call God Allah. No, we don't. His name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. You can't say that that's what Jews and everybody. No, his name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. Now, Alahayim is power in the Hebrew. And the Most High is for sure a power. You understand what I'm saying? But anybody else can be a power. You understand? Because you have order, right? That's why you call it a landlord. You are, power of attorney. You're a lord over certain things. But the Most High name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. You understand? You can't go to the Quran without understanding the Hebrew aspect. Because when you look at the Bible, you shouldn't say, well, the Christian church and this and that. It should be, that is an Israelite book. That is an Israelite book. You understand? Christ spoke the language of the Romans, and he spoke the native tongue. That's what he spoke. He spoke the tongue of the Romans, and he spoke the tongue of the Jews. That's what he spoke. He didn't speak Arabic. He didn't speak it. Right? He didn't speak it. Right? He spoke the tongue of the Jews, what was Hebrew, and he spoke the tongue of the Romans, which was Greek. So, I said, what's the word of God in Aramaic? When it comes down to Aramaic, the name of God, and this is the other thing too. You got Lord, and you have the Most High's name. He said he spoke Aramaic. Again, at the time, we spoke different languages, right? You had Aramaic, you had Hebrew, you also had Greek. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Checkmate. I don't understand it. Because nothing that you're saying is actually making sense. You understand? Really, Christ spoke every damn language because he was speaking in tongues, meaning what? That he was able to convey his word unto anybody. Meaning that any language you spoke, you was able to understand it. Again, Alahayim just means power. It doesn't mean that he called the Most High, oh yeah, Allah. You understand what I'm saying? That's not what he said. He said Alahayim, meaning that he's calling the Most High a power. The Most High name is Yahweh. That's what his name is, Yahweh. Come on, man. You got to cut it out. Again, when it comes down to the history of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have to go back before slavery. In Islam, you will never find out the truth about Black history. Damn, even Christians go back in history. Christians go back more to history than you. I never seen a Muslim ever break down Black history, Hispanic, Native American history. Have you? Anytime you start talking about history with Muslims, they can't answer it. You can't tell me where the 12 tribes of Israel is at. But I can go in the Bible and break it down to you. You're not well versed in history, brother. Because if you did, you will understand where the Jews went when they fled the Assyrian captivity, and also would have understood where they fled Roman captivity. You can't tell me because you don't understand, because in Islam, it doesn't pay for you to understand the truth. It pays for you to know no one is perfect but the religion. Now you're going to go sell drugs. Now you're going to go get high. You know, now you're going to beat on your wife because it's okay for you to beat on your wife in Islam. You understand? You can not be there for your kids. You understand? Your kids is running up the street. I'm tired of seeing these Muslim young boys in ski masks. You understand? With the skis on. They got high waters on, right? You know, the New Balances fit. You know what I'm saying? They shaking their hips and they getting caught on camera unaliving somebody or being unalive. I'm tired of it. You understand? Like in the Muslim community, y'all are horrible leaders. I'm just tell you that right now. Y'all can't teach them the truth about anything. You understand? Y'all horrible leaders, right? When I look at y'all events, they get shot up, right? I look at y'all women, they not in order. The kids not in order. You know what I mean? I don't see any order. The men is not in order. Y'all can't even police your own events, right? If you try to talk to a Muslim imam, you try to talk to an imam about history, they're going to say, no, I don't care about none of that. I'm Muslim. I didn't have conversations with them. They act like they wanted to do something to me. And I was like, brother, don't lose your life today. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bark out that tree, brother. We having a discussion. You shouldn't be so emotional. And then they had to come back down to earth. But in Islam, you don't deal with anything when it comes to truth. You understand? You are a second class or third class citizen to Arabs. To Arabs, you're a third class citizen, man. You're worth nothing to them. They looked at you. Muhammad was racist. He didn't even like black people. He called you monkeys. I think, what did he call them? He said I think he called them monkeys. What was it again? He used to call black people monkeys. You understand? He used to call them, it was something that he called black people. Muhammad spread Islam by the sword. You show me where the Most High ever said, spread being a Jew by the sword. You was exiled from being amongst us if you was a filthy sinner, and if that was your charge. That's what you was done. He said, I believe the real Jews are black. They are from the Gulf and East Africa. Okay, brother. You saying that they are from the Gulf and East Africa. Brother, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can see you don't want to engage intellectually. You're just slandering. No, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like, get out your feelings. We're gonna call it what it is. We're gonna call it what it is. When you look in the Muslim community in Philly, you see no prosperity. None. Y'all don't have your women in order. Y'all don't have the children in order. Your woman only want to put some clothes on for the first week of Ramadan. If that. You know, I used to throw parties. I used to be a club promoter. You know, anytime around Ramadan, that's when the Muslim hoes don't come into the party scene. I told you I used to have sex with a lot of Muslim women, and the vagina was awful because everybody didn't have it. You understand what I'm saying? It was all, you think I'm laughing. It was horrible. Right? And this is before I came into the truth. It was horrible vagina. And they would not come to the club for like the first couple of weeks. And then they'd come back and, you know, shake ass all over the club. You understand? Be drunk and go home with another man or me at the end of the night. I'm just being honest with you. There's no value in a Muslim woman. You understand? There's no value in a Muslim man. It is woman that comes out on a regular basis explaining how Philly Muslim men are the worst kind of Muslim on the face of the earth. I wonder why they saying that. I wonder why, because there's no prosperity in Islam for Black and Hispanic people. And I'm gonna tell you why there's no prosperity. It's not even really your fault. It's because the Lord is not with religion. The Lord is not with it. The Lord is not with you bowing down and praying to Mecca when he said to face the east and face Jerusalem. You understand? To face the east and face Jerusalem to make your prayer, man. Face home. He didn't say to bow down to home. He didn't say, yeah, you submit yourself and you got to make Hajj to this rock. He never said that, right? The Most High told us not to be drug dealers, not to be an abuser of women and children and other brothers. He said to treat every Black, Hispanic, and Native American with dignity and with respect, even if they not within the congregation. They might be a stranger. You still treat them with respect. You still consider them as a brother and a sister. Here in ISUBK, we treat brothers and sisters like we knew them our whole life. You understand what I'm saying? We treat every brother with love and compassion. You know, I had Muslim, it was this boy, CEO Duke, right? I knew him from way back in the day. I'm like, yeah, man, I see you doing your thing, bro. I said, yo, man, we need to collab with some work, man, for the community. You know what he told me? Oh, yeah, ain't you an Israelite? Yeah, man, I'm Muslim, man. I can't do that. Damn, it's supposed to be for the people, though. You can go to the politicians and sit down with them. You can sit down with the white man, a white man that is the beast of the earth, but you can't sit down with me. You can't sit down with me and we can come together and try to do something for the community. This is why Islam don't work. He said you're cherry picking the worst of the community. You are the worst of the community. I know what's his name? Because he used to be my barber back in the day. Salam Hussein, what I forgot. He do the Soldiers for Recovery. That's a Muslim I can respect. That's a Muslim I can respect because he's out there trying to help the people, right? Other Muslims that putting together, trying to do something better, I can respect that. Like, okay, this brother is trying to do something. But y'all as a whole, I don't respect it because y'all sit and watch what's going on and y'all do nothing. Y'all do nothing. Brother, don't have all this energy for me. Have this energy with your community. He said everyone has negative senators. They can list off. Listen, here in ISUBK, you know what you can say about us? You can say, oh man, they appreciate whatever. But one thing you can say, they love their people. That's one thing you can say. We never sit up there and show hate towards our people. Never. You don't see us going to jail because we hurt somebody. We have the most discipline in the world. You know how many Black, Hispanic, Native American people try to come up against us and can't? If people go against y'all, they can't even say that y'all not good Muslims in Philly. Y'all want to hurt them. Who got the same feminine energy? These young people. That's why they unalive people when they can sit down and talk and try to come to a solution, right? So these young guys, they doing the same thing that you would do. Us, we can go out and teach, and we also teaching people not to do what you do, not to be criminals, not to be lustful, not to be hateful, but learn how to love one another and how to serve the real living God, who is Yahweh in the Hebrew. Not no Allah, but Yahweh in the Hebrew. That's his damn name, saying that his name is Allah. The Lord is Yahweh. You understand? He rules this world. And his chosen people is the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's who his people is. It's in the Bible. We just read it. Didn't we just read it? You want to read it one more time, sir? Let's read it one more time. I'm going to show you something, brother. Something that you never understood in a day in your life. You learned something today. Book of Psalms 147 and verse 19. We can start there.
Psalms 147 verse 19.
Uh-huh.
He showed his word unto Jacob,
Uh-huh.
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Who is the forefather of the Jews? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why I said that I show my word unto Jacob. Meaning what? I show my word unto the forefathers and to all the congregation, all the whole nation of Israel. That's who the Lord deals with, man. I'm going to show you again. Keep going.
God. He have not dealt so with any nation.
Have not dealt so with any other nation. He ain't never deal with the Arabs, the Ishmaelites. You know, the Ishmaelites. He never dealt with the Ishmaelites. He never gave them a dime. Go ahead.
God. And as far as his judgments, they have not known them.
They have not known them. Meaning the Lord is not dealing with heathens. The Arabs are heathens, man. They heathens. You can't tell me that Islam is working for Philly. Y'all say that the religion is perfect, but you're not. When I read the Bible, I'm going to show you what Christ said. Can we get the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17? I'm going to show you what Christ said. Because the Most High always stated, you better keep the commandment or else. How are you going to expect your community to have any integrity, any structure, when you can literally sin and God knows your heart? You know, I had a Muslim tell me, I remember I was locked up. And I knew about this Bible a little bit. And he tried to tell me that Allah gave him that work so that he can feed his family. I said, brother, that's not Allah. I mean, that ain't God, brother. That's Satan. If it effed him up, this nigga runs blocks. He runs blocks. I'm with the head nigga of an organization. We in the holding cell just mad as hell. And he's like, yeah. I said, nigga, that's Satan. He said, yo, I respect you. I got so many yes men around me. You know they all Muslim, right? I saw Quilly online. Now, this ain't the best example because Quilly is a drug addict. He said, alhamdulillah, because he was able to get a good price on lean and weed. He said, alhamdulillah. The bull was like, he was laughing. Then he's like, oh, chill. How you going to say chill, but nigga, you selling the drugs to him? Because this is what's okay in Islam, because no one can be what? Perfect, but the religion. Who else says that? I wonder. Christians say the same thing. It's the same school of thought. Only thing is, Islam is a musty version of Christianity, but it's the same thing. Go ahead. You read what you got, sir.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I have come to destroy the law.
Christ said, think not that I come to destroy the law. Christ didn't come to destroy the law. Christ is the king till this day. He sits on the throne. Who the hell is some Arab to come through and say, oh, well, all this is changing? Who the hell is Muhammad think he is? That's how the Israelites thought. And that's why he put us in slavery. And he unalived us if we didn't want to serve Islam. This is all public record. Christ said, I come not to destroy the law. Go ahead.
Or the prophets.
Christ didn't come to destroy what Moses set down. Moses had to teach us how to keep keep the commandments of God. How the power structure is supposed to be set up in Israel. There's no power structure in Islam. The Most High gave us how we run our courts, how we deal with judgments. You understand? At one point in time, you would get put to death. Today, now you do know, let me tell you something. Islam, overseas, you would get put to death. Christ came to give all those people a second chance. Christ came to give all those people a second chance. Now they're sinners, and a decree was given so that the priests of Israel can't unalive you if you have an offense of what you've done. You can't be unalive, right? Certain punishments can't be done. You understand? No sacrifices can be made because Christ was a sacrifice. Now I gotta listen to some stinking Arab tell me that now I gotta follow him and I gotta wear a robe and I gotta pray 5 times a day and do wudu and all of this and all the high holy days. And I'm talking about these high holy days, man, was precious unto us. It was who we are. And now I gotta listen to a man that sleep with children and beat his wives. I gotta listen to him now. This little girl he made a little girl scrub semen out of grown men's garments because they was having sex with whores and daydream and having wet dreams about her. I guess that's a lie too, right? But y'all say, oh, the Quran is not tainted with the hadiths. So the hadiths is tainted with because now is y'all realize that it's all wrong. A lot of y'all just starting to come past it. Now y'all like, oh no, that ain't right. That ain't right. The people that put together the Quran live that life. They spread Islam by the sword. They took a culture and remixed it. They perverse the scriptures. You understand what I'm saying? They perverse the scriptures. Christ said he come not to destroy the law, meaning what? You must keep the commandments or else. Keep going.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
You can't be a sinner, man. You can't be a sinner. Christ says so. Because the Most High said so. He said, if Jesus is king, who is the Father? The Most High. I guess that in Islam you think that Jesus, and I guess you believe that Jesus is the Most High. I guess that's what you asking. That's what you asking. That Jesus is Jesus the Most High. That's what you asking. Because that's what the Christian church say. What do the Bible say? Answer your own question, Hussein. Who is the Father according to the Bible? Don't give me what the Christian church say. Right now, if you could, sir, can you go to verse 48? It said Jesus said, "Pray to the Father." Okay, now who's the Father? I don't understand why you asked me what you asked me. You can read, sir, if you got it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect.
Say it one more time.
Be ye therefore perfect.
He said, God knows your heart. Read it one more time from the sir.
Be ye therefore perfect.
No one is perfect but the religion. Nobody can be perfect. Say it one more time, sir.
Be ye therefore perfect.
Be ye therefore perfect. That's what the Most High said. You understand? That's what he teaches. And he's teaching that through Christ. Be perfect. Can you give me Romans 6:1? Bubba Shaw. You understand? He said, be ye therefore perfect, meaning keep the commandments of God. It was no reason for another gospel if Christ gave the gospel. It was no other reason. Christ came and did what he's supposed to do. His disciples went on and taught the Bible. What we know as today is the Bible. They taught it. Why would we ever need Muhammad? Muhammad learned from the Jews. Wow. But in the religion, it says that he learned from Gabriel. But then another time it says that he couldn't even decipher if it was an angel talking or Satan. Come on, man. That Quran is garbage. Read what you got.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, and verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
So, to all the Muslims out there, because we got grace, the most High sent Christ. He died on the altar. I mean, he died upon the altar. Well, we all know he was crucified, right? Christ was unalived, right? And his sacrifice gave us a time of grace. Who the fuck do Muhammad think he is to come and take all that away? I'm supposed to go follow this Arab when I know that Jesus Christ was a Jew. He was the king of Judah. He was the Lion of Judah. He was the king of all Jews. He's the king of the whole world. I'm supposed to believe some Arab that mess with kids, that unalive people if they didn't get down and lay down, right? I'm supposed to believe him over a man that got unalive so that I can have another chance. You know, without Christ, no Black, Hispanic, Native American can claim to be a Jew. You wouldn't be able to be recognized by the Most High because all of us would be damned. Look at us. Look at the condition of our communities. We ain't grow up. We wasn't circumcised on the 8th day. You was circumcised by the 1st and 2nd day. You ain't never keep a Passover, especially if you're Muslim. You Muslim, you don't keep the Passover. When you don't keep the Passover, guess what? You cut off from the nation. You considered a heathen. You go and have sex with a white woman, you go have sex with another nation woman or another nation man, guess what? You considered a traitor, man, because you didn't marry within your people. That's all in the Bible, right? It was a man and his woman that he was having sex with a heathen in the tent. Moses put a javelin between both, and it went through both of them, killing them both. They in the mid action. He said, "The hell is wrong with you, man?" We was praying to it. We was worshiping a golden calf. People got unalive. People got unalive, Doc. Go ahead.
Hey, if I could, real quick, like you made a good point. Like the fact that when we about to celebrate the Passover, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the only people that's going to be there is Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Exactly. Right.
And in Islam, like you could be any person, any nation, be Muslim.
And guess what? Them gatherings get shot up. Them gatherings, somebody's gonna smoke. It's gonna be people smoking weed. People gonna be like, "Hey, man, I got that working. You know what I mean? I got it for the low too. You know what I mean? Come holler at me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Niggas beefing low key. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's all types of drama going on in them Islamic communities because there ain't no structure. Because the Lord ain't with Islam. The Lord is not with Islam. He said Israel, Palestine is the Middle East, sir. Let me tell you something, man. The Black, Hispanic, Native Americans come from the Middle East. That's where we come from. But if you knew anything, you'll understand that we had to flee our homeland. I wonder if we ever had to flee somewhere. I think we fled to up north. If you Black, Hispanic, Native American, and you up north, majority of the time you fled from slavery and you came up north because you had to leave. Now, do that mean that all your people come from Philadelphia or New Jersey or New York? Does that mean that? No. When you go back in 70 AD, we fled into West Africa in droves. Of course, if you look, we had to migrate within Africans. Some Africans was welcome, some of them wasn't, but we was able to dwell there for 1,000 years. Now, in this 1,000 years, we was in the Americas, we migrated all around. We was definitely in Europe, right? If you learn about the barbarians was a mixture of different nations and tribes. It was us, Africans and white people and Arabs, all joining together to destroy the Roman Empire because we all had one common enemy. Go look at the fall of the Romans. Go look at who the barbarians were. You gotta understand your history. I know you don't learn this in your Christian church and your Muslim mosque, I'm giving you the game. How do you know you're not one of the Africans the Israelites mixed with? Well, brother, let me tell you something. When it comes down to the spirit and trying the spirit, and here we try the spirit, we understand one thing. The Lord said, don't trouble yourself with genealogy. You want to know why? Because the Bible is practical. And it was already understood that in these times, and again, you are what your father is. That's also in the book of Numbers, 18, I think it's 18 and 1, right? You call by the name of your father. So again, when you look at the voyage that we went under, you understand, we fled into Africa. Then we had to go to war with the African tribes. We was in Europe, the whole nine. And the Lord said, when 1,000 years is up, you're going to go into captivity. You're going to go into captivity again. You're going to not be in the homeland. We was already not in the homeland. Remember, a lot of scholars know who the real Jews are. They know who the real Jews are, right? But it's a understood secret of the world, because if we was given back our inheritance and we was given the understanding who we are, man, it would shake the world. What's his name? Putin came out recently to give a jab at the Jewish people, at the Jewish state, at Israel. They said, yo, man, look at the prophets of these people. It was black. It was black people. You understand? Not no middle. Oh, they were kind of Arabic descent. Nah, it was niggas. You understand? Those niggas look like they enjoy eating fried chicken. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. So when it comes down to this Bible, you're learning the truth of our history. And this is where you find the solution. You just heard when the Most High said, man, to keep the commandments of God, right? Let's give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Let's go through it. Matter of fact, let's start at 32. I agree. Some of say it's like not the numbers you're saying though. Listen, the slaves were Israelites. It was a whole business. It was a whole business, brother. Like you gotta go on those records and look at the names. Understand real Hebrew. The real Hebrew that you learn today is not the real Hebrew. You learn the real Hebrew in here. We had Ivy League schools come to us. I think it was Harvard. I think Harvard University came to us and was like, yo, y'all actually teach the real Hebrew. They came to us like, yo, y'all, hey, kudos to y'all. Y'all really teaching the real Hebrew. You understand? And that means a lot coming from an Ivy League school. You understand? They didn't have to say anything to us. But the scholars there that actually understand it knows that we teach the real Hebrew. Right? Now I'm going to show you what the Most High stands on. And when we read in the book of Deuteronomy, the chapter 28, this is the contract that we have with the Most High. You will not learn this in Islam. This is why we fight to keep these commandments and we teach it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So Christ said, if anybody teach you to break the least of these commandments, teaching you that you don't have to be righteous, the Lord is going to punish them. He said that. He said, the Lord is going to punish you if you teach, you know what I mean, these little ones how to break the least commandment. Christ wants you to keep all the commandments because he understands the importance of keeping the commandments. The Most High in this chapter, go read this to yourself, brother. And shout out to you, said the ancient Hebrew, I understand these fake Jews made a new Hebrew. You're right. Let's get that brother in here. He honest. He probably like the first Muslim person I was able to actually talk to that kind of get it. You understand? Like you want it, brother. You just need to tap in with the school, brother. You know what I mean? Don't take none of that I'm saying to the heart. I'm giving you tough love. I'm giving you brotherhood. This is brotherhood. All right. So, boom. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. We about to end this class soon. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 is important. I'll tell you why it's important. Because it's the contract that we have the Most High. If we keep the commandments, the Most High will bless us. And that's also in this, and this is in the chapter. But when we go against God, he's going to punish us. And this is going to be the signs and wonders. This is going to be the signs of who the real Israelites are. You understand what I'm saying? And this is, you want to know who the real Jews is? When you look at these curses and you go and look into the world. Damn, who suffer all of this? Let's read what you got, sir.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which...
Let's go to verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send thee.
He said your enemies, man. We were Arabs. They was a part of the slave trade. They made the ships. You understand? Arabs also had us in slavery. Arabs had us in slavery, brother. The same people that gave you Islam, they also gave us slavery. You understand? The white man, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of had a hand in that slave trade. You get what I'm saying? It said that our enemies, read it one more time.
God. Our enemies, therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in the want of all things.
Man, we're gonna need them for all things. Look at what's happening today with the whole government shutdown. I think they opened it back up, but just last week, man, people was struggling. And they didn't know how they was going to eat because we depend on these people for all things. Go ahead. Remember, they said it's our enemies. The Most High said it's our enemies. Go ahead.
And in one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. Go ahead.
Until he have destroyed thee.
They have destroyed thee, man. That white man put that yoke upon our iron. I mean that yoke upon our necks, and it's still there, but it's now in your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us is physically on us when we go to prison. But that white supremacy beats deep to the point where what I'm saying in this Bible don't make sense to you, brother, or anybody out there that's not understanding what I'm saying. Because that's how deep white supremacy goes. This Bible is pro-Black, Hispanic, Native American. When you read that Quran, it's pro-Arab. Pro-Arab. You understand what I'm saying? That is not the way of the Most High. Keep going.
And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
From what?
From far.
From far. What happened to every Black, Hispanic, Native American? The white man came from afar. You can't find this in the Quran. You don't find this in the Quran. The curses that's going to overtake the 12 tribes of Israel. You don't find this. Keep going.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
As swift as the eagle flieth. You understand what I'm saying? As swift as the eagle flieth, that eagle is representing a white nation, a predator. And who used that bird as the top predator? And most white occults, they utilize the owl. You see the owl being used in America. Why? Because the owl is the top predator of the night. This is all truth. Verse 64. I'm going to try to run through this real quick.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. Among
all people, man. The Lord scattered us everywhere. You go to Japan, see a black. You like, dang, dog, you can hear it. Yeah, man. You know, my family was in the military. You know, we've been here for quite some time, right? We scattered everywhere. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Everywhere. Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
We shall serve other gods. We're serving other gods. We're not serving the gods of our fathers. Go ahead.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
We don't know our forefathers, our fathers, you know what I mean? Like now we do, but at this time when Moses was letting it be known, we don't know nothing about serving other gods. You get what I'm saying? Like we understood Yahweh. It wasn't all Allah. Keep going.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. What do we serve today? We serve the Christian church, which is that wooden cross with that white man on it, and we serving a stone, which is in Mecca. Now, this is gonna be my last scripture, sir. Can I get a Book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 11? I'm gonna show you something, brother. But it seems like you're a sincere brother. I'm gonna show you what Judgment Day really looks like. You're not gonna find this in the Quran. This is in the Bible. You understand? This is in the original Hebrew scriptures, the original Hebrew scrolls. You ain't gonna find this nowhere else. You understand? Islam, they don't give a prophecy. They don't show you what's going to happen through time. You're not even being prepared in your mosque. You're not prepared. No one has urgency in the Muslim community to make sure that people is keeping whatever laws there is in Islam, because it is not of the Lord. I'm gonna show you here. Go ahead, read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse what?
11.
Verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
We already know this is Christ. Go ahead.
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
We already know. Go ahead.
And in the righteousness he doth judge and make war.
He judges and make war. This is Christ, man. He's a king. I'm not going to believe some Arab that tells me that now the Most High went to dismantle all of this. You got to be a fool to say that you read this Bible and see the great works that Christ did, and then say that you're going to go follow an Arab. Keep going.
His eyes were as a flame of fire.
You already know, a flame of fire, fierceness, man. A fierce brother. He was serious. He wasn't no white man that, oh, God said love the people. No, he ain't like that. Christ was a nigga. He was a killer. You understand? You're going to see how much the misconception that the Muslim mosque, when they see the Bible, they see Christianity. They don't see Israel. They don't see Christ being a black man. They don't see that realm of this Bible, the truth. Keep going.
And on his head were many crowns.
Was many crowns. I wonder how he got these crowns, brother. I wonder how Christ got these crowns on his head. John the Revelator is seeing this vision, man. He's seeing the vision of the end of times. He in his prison cell, man. He's going through all types of emotions, and he's getting a sense of joy because he is seeing this thing right here. Keep going.
And he had a name written that no man knew.
That no man knew. Brother, you don't know who Christ really is, brother. And that saddens me, because you should know who Christ is, brother. And I pray that you understand it by the end of this class. Go ahead.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
A vesture dipped in blood. It said that his garment looked like it was dipped in blood. I wonder how he got that, brother. Keep going.
And his name is called the Word of God.
The Word of God, man. He's the enforcer. Go ahead.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
They were the angels. John the Revelator seeing that angels, millions of angels, man, following him on the horses, man. Go ahead.
Cloth and fine linen.
Fine linen. He's seeing the angels looking clean with fine linen. Keep going.
White and clean.
White and clean. Had on fine white linen, man. Keep going.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp word. A
sharp sword, man. Out of Christ's mouth comes a sharp sword, man. Christ is a soldier, and he is ready to redeem Israel, man. He's ready to get us out of this captivity. Not to tell you that, oh yeah, only the religion good, man. Not us. We no good. The religion is good though. Keep going.
That with it he should smite the nations.
He should what?
Smite the nations.
Smite the nations. This is what is understood by John the Revelator. He's seen Christ covered in blood with a sword and giving orders to unalive the nations. Read it one more time for me. This is a prophecy that is going to come to pass. I know.
That with it he should smite the nations.
Uh-huh.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
He shall rule them with a rod of iron, man. Meaning in the hereafter, Christ is going to rule on the face of the earth, and his kingdom is going to be on the face of the earth. It said that he is going to smite the nations, and he's with a sword, and he's going to rule over them. You'll never find that in Islam, brother. You'll never find it in Islam. You'll never find solution. You will never find real peace in Islam. Because as long as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on the bottom, there's no peace. Look at the world today. There's no peace. Because blacks, Hispanics is not in rulership. And when you go and serve another God, you only showing the Lord not to bring Christ back. But if all blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans was to serve the Lord, the Most High will move in the swift. Christ can plead our case. Hey, look, they doing what they tell me to do, sir. Let's go ahead and let's bring this kingdom of heaven swiftly, my Lord. That's what Christ want to do. And with that being said, man, that's my time. You understand? I thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I mean? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And with that, shalom.